Hello, we are going to do a just quick review before you take the test on solving equations. So I've got about 7 sample problems here to run through. So we have some of these one-step equations. Now I didn't put 4 of them on here, but I just didn't want you to forget and concentrate on just the hard ones and then forget how to do the easier ones. So remember, we're trying to get x by itself, and because that says plus 5, we are going to subtract 5 from both sides. So 8 minus 5 is 3 equals x. This is 2 points on the test. 1 point for the work of showing subtract 5 and 1 point for the correct answer of 3. All right, so here we have a fraction in front of x. So I just wanted to review this quick. That remember, we are going to multiply by the reciprocal. And the reciprocal of 2/5 is what? So we're going to get 5 over 2. So we're going to multiply both sides by 5 over 2 times by 5 over 2. Okay, we still have our equal sign in the middle. 5's cancel, 2's cancel, and we're left with x. And then 5 times 20 is 100, and 100 divided by 2 is 50. 2 goes into 20 10 times, and 10 times 5 is 50. Or just grab your calculator and take 5 over 2 times 20, because this is multiplying. Okay, so you're going to get 1 point for showing me that you are multiplying by 5 over 2. If you show me that you are dividing by 2/5, I'm going to take 1 point off for work. Because technically you cannot divide by a fraction. If we're going to work this out, we change division to multiplying and we flip, which is exactly what we're doing, multiplying by the reciprocal. All right, getting our like terms together, and if we look here, our x's are on opposite sides, so I'm going to do opposite operations. So 15x minus 12x is 3x, and we still have this plus 8. These cancel out, and we have a 20. Our next step in solving, so I didn't do any 2 steps because now we have a 2-step, and so we're practicing or reviewing that right now. So we would subtract 8, and 3x equals 12. 3 times x, so we're going to divide both sides by 3. So x is 4. All right, x comes out to be 4 here. Oh, doozy here. All right, looks like we have the distributive property and some combining like terms. All right, so 3 times 2x is 6x. 3 times -1 is a -3. And we still have this 5x. Now, if we look on the right-hand side, we have a 10x and a plus 5x. Those are like terms, so we can combine those. And because they're on the same side, we just go 10x plus 5x is 15x. All right, it looks like we have that same thing going on the other side. We have a 6x and a 5x. So that is 11x minus 3. All right, so that was distributive property and combining like terms that were on the same side. Now we have like terms again, but when you look at 11x and 15x, they are on opposite sides. So we're going to do the opposite operation, and I like to move the smaller one. So these are going to cancel out. -3 equals, and 15 minus 11 is 4. All right, we're down to a 2-step problem. So now this says plus 17. So we're going to subtract 17 from both sides. So we get -20 equals 4x. And now we're going to divide by 4. So we get -5 equals x. All right. Again, combining like terms. So we have a constant, a plain old number, and a number. So I still have 13x and 11 minus 2, or negative 2 plus 11 is a positive 9. Remember to put that sign in there. All right, combining like terms over here, I've got a 5x and an 8x, and 8 plus 5 is 13x, and you still have your 9. Oh, look at that. They're the same thing on both sides, exact same thing. So this is all real numbers. Okay, so if they end up being exactly the same thing, it's all real numbers. If you end up with something like 13x plus 5 and 13x plus 9, when we subtract these 13s, we have 5 equals 9. And does 5 equal 9? No. So this would be no solutions. Okay, so see the difference here is these 13s, we end up with 9 equals 9. That's true. 9 does equal 9, whereas here 5 does not equal 9. So that's when you get all real numbers or no solutions. All right, then this is going to be one of the last problems on your test that you're going to take. And so they want us to find out what x plus 7 is. Well, in order to do that, we need to know what x is. So we need x. So we're first going to solve this. So I'm going to subtract 5. So here's a two-step equation. So 2x equals negative 12. And I'm going to divide by 2. So it looks like x equals negative 6. All right, we know x is negative 6. So I'm going to go put that number in here. So negative 6 plus 7 is 1. All right. The last thing I want to review today is the properties, the commutative, associative, and the distributive property. All right, so let's look at number 1, the first one here, and the last one. Both of them have parentheses in them. Okay, both have, actually all of them have parentheses in them. So when we do this, 7 times 2x gets 14x, and 7 times negative 4 is negative 28. When I start drawing those arrows inside, that is your distributive property. All right, this one says 8 times 9, then 9 times 8. What happened? We switched the order of the numbers, and when we switch the order, that is the commutative property. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Order is not switching, but you see how we have parentheses around the second 2? And here we have parentheses around the first 2. This is the associative property. All right, that should do it. So that's the end. Good luck on your tests.